David, the last time when you went to City Hall, I had a thought before you went.
Right.
I thought I didn't want to be, not necessarily implicated, because I am implicated with you, but I didn't want to promote you doing that.
Right.
And so I never participated whatsoever.
Right.
And you did it all on your own. It was your own decision, and I didn't set you up to it or counsel you to go and do this for media attention. You know, I didn't, right?
No.
And you just got out of jail on Saturday, and this is Thursday today.
Yeah.
And now you're planning, you've posted notices that tomorrow at 3 p.m. you're going back to City Hall.
Yeah.
Could you explain yourself?
Well, the idea is if the Supreme Court is going to delay on finding the city's bylaw unconstitutional, then the next best thing will be to have someone starve to death in jail for having a tent.
Why is a tent so important to you? Like, who wants to live in a tent? Like, come on, there's snow on the ground, like it's cold, it's freezing. What is this tent thing? Like, what does that mean? Don't you want a house and comfortable bed? And,
I just want people to stop telling me to not do things which are not criminal. And right now, setting up a tent to survive is illegal during the day. And so death is way more preferable than contenting ourselves with a world where you're not allowed to do things that aren't criminal.
Dustin here told me this morning that he can't pay the rent. And I said to him, I says, well, what are you going to do? And he says, well, I'm going to go live in a tent. I says, but you can't live in a tent. It's not legal. You can't leave the tent. You got to take it down. He says, I'll hide out. He says, I've done it before. I'll just hide out. Why don't you do that? Why don't you go away where nobody can find you?
Because I'm not doing anything wrong.
But you're breaking the law.
I'm breaking an unjust bylaw.
But it is nevertheless, it is a law that is supported by the police, and they will arrest you tomorrow if you go camp at City Hall.
Yeah.
And you're fully prepared. Like you just did a 45-day sentence.
So 30 days. I did 30 days a week ago, fasting, and presumably the sentence I get tomorrow will be longer than that, and so it's a do or die situation, and there's no more delaying, there's no more waiting. I'm not going to waste the 30 days I just spent fasting just to heal again and do it again. This is it now. This is the Supreme Court of British Columbia is now tasked to do a really hard political thing, and they still got to do it whether or not it leads to economic strife or tent cities in every city in Canada. Justice is justice, and if that means we have to recognize Canada as a third world nation, then so be it.
The Adams decision did find that it was unjust to deny anybody the rights to protect themselves.
Right.
Are you holding that up as a law?
Not so much anymore. When the city's appeal of that ruling came back, and they agreed with the city that daytime use didn't need to be ruled upon at this point. And so the use of tents in the daytime has been almost completely separate ruling, and so that's what we're going after right now.
So would you say there's a contradiction in the law there, that there's one law that governs the night and one law that governs the day?
Well, yeah.
And they're conflicting? They're contradicting?
Well, yes, and that's why our appeal of the daytime sleeping convictions is going to be successful. The only question is, how long is the Supreme Court going to delay that ruling while this deprivation of life and liberty continues for an entire population?
Do you have any concerns about going to jail?
Only to find some gloves in case they try and let me sit in the snow all day tomorrow.
Okay, all the best to you, David.
Cheers.
Thank you.